Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, when Kenyans were on the street demonstrating, there are people who never came out to join them in demonstration. They kept silent, and if they had to say anything, they were saying in their own safe rooms, but they never got out to the street to demonstrate if indeed there was a reason for them to be on the street. And religious leaders are some of the people who did not come out in any way to speak truth to the power as people were on the street. But seemingly, because Azimio and Kenya Kwanza are going into dialogue to discuss the issue that took them to the street, because then we know Azimio was leading Kenyans in the demonstrating because they were in agreement on the reason why they were on the street. Now, religious leaders are here. They are now asking to be included in the discussion, the bipartisan talk, to expand to include experts, neutral and entities such as religious organizations. Sasa hapo religious leaders are asking for space. Swali kubwa ni kwamba walikuwa wapi wakati watu walikuwa wanaandamana? Tuliona any bishop on the street demonstrating? Tuliona any pastor joining people on the street demonstrating? Did we saw anyone? Any reverend? Any archbishop? Kwa kanisa yoyote? Apart from going to the church and releasing a statement, did they even come to the street to tell this government that indeed things are wrong? I'm saying so because we know very well. We had bishops who used to come out and face people like Moi, the dictator of those times. Unajua saizi hata tuko na constitution mpya yenye kwa fadhali in a restrained president from using this kind of excess force and all those other things. Moi alikuwa a real dictator because the constitution had given him more power. He was all powerful. Unlike Ruto, is not that much powerful. But religious leaders could not come out to face Ruto, even just to launch one demonstration. Tuseme tu, leo ni demonstration ya mapasta. Na wamekuja na waumini kwa kanisa. They never arranged any. Lakini wako hapa wanasema sasa, kwa sababu kuna mambo ya kuongea, nataka tukue kwa mambo ya kuongea. This is what they are saying. I quote, including them in the discussion, this will assure an absence of political bickering during the talks, hence giving the citizens a chance to build their lives as leaders work to restore peace in the country. Naona vile wanasema? Wakiongezwa hapo, it will give citizens a chance to build their lives. Wasipoongezwa, inamaanisha hiyo chance haitakuwa. They are citing about 5 things: national unity, cohesion, poverty, unemployment, war on graft. So the things that they are talking about, and they want to be included in the unity of Kenya Kwanza and Azimio talks. So they want to sit there in this dialogue. Remember, Azimio has 5 people, Kenya Kwanza has 5 people. Then we have the technical committee, technical team from Azimio side, kiongozwa na Jeremiah Kioni, and from Kenya Kwanza side, they have their leadership of the technical committee. So technical team. So this technical team is the one that will be getting brief from the Azimio top leadership, kama ni Raila na timu yake hapo wakisaidiana huko, na pia ile inatoa kwa Ruto hiyo na Kenya Kwanza wakileta into that dialogue. So wanasema they want to expand it. The religious leaders to now get a stake. Wakuja na yao hapo. So they are asking for space in this bipartisan talk. Pastors, mulikuwa wapi kwa maandamano jameni? Tuliwaona mkiandamana. Tunajua watu kama Ndingi Mwana Nzeki, a whole bishop, used to demonstrate, face Moi and tell him the truth. He was beaten, brutalized, kicked. His bones were broken, but he never gave up. He was resilient. He fought because he knew that the church has also to stand out to be counted. The church never stood out to be counted because we did not see any bishop coming out, apart from standing on the altar, coming out at the Harambee Annex or at the National Assembly or any other place to demonstrate. Hawakujaribu. Tuliona watu kama Njoya. Njoya came out and faced Moi with the truth. This was a man of God. But they knew that protest is also allowed. They need to protest so that even the church will be heard. Kama umeongea kwa kanisa ukapreach na Ruto asikii, kwa nini usitengeneze a holy demonstration? Uende paka kwa ofisi yake na upresent petition. Uende kwa National Assembly upresent petition. Uende kwa IG of Police upresent petition. Hamuko tengeneza maandamano yote. Hata muende kwa ofisi ya IG. Muende kwa ofisi ya kama ile ya nini, kama mnasema mambo ya cohesion and all those other things. Director of Criminal Investigation and all those other things. Hamukufanya maandamano yote. Lakini mlikaribisha Ruto kanisani, akaleta uongo kanisani na mkakuwa na yeye. Saa hizi ni kama mnaona mnaachwa, ndio maana sasa mnaanza kufight for another space. Ninyi ndio mlikaribisha Ruto kwa madhabahu, akakuja akahubiri uongo, akalagai wananchi na mkampea kura. Si mko na uwezo wa kuita Ruto sababu walikuwa anakuja kanisani kwenu. Tafuteni njia nyingine ya kuongea na Ruto. We have to tell the church the truth. Kama mkoenda maandamano na mnataka mkae hapo, tafuteni njia nyingine. Si mlikuwa na njia ya kukaribisha Ruto kanisani. Kenyans were looking for a way to talk to Ruto through demonstration. Azimio was looking for a way to sit down with Ruto and solve the problem ya kufungua saba IBC. Wakaenda kwa maandamano. Wakenya wakasema cost of living. Sababu Ruto amekataa kusikia, wakasema maandamano itafanya tuongee na yeye kuhusu mambo ya cost of living. Ninyi mlikuwa wapi? Church. Mlikuwa wapi? Tafuteni njia yenu ya kuongea na Ruto. Nyinyi ndio mtakuja mharibu hii mambo ya kuongea. Sababu wakati Azimio anasema fungua saba, mtakuja kumsema haleluya sawa zisifunguliwe. Azimio has to insist on what they say because that's what took them to the street. Ruto is confusing Kenyans about the cost of living. And you people now, you are here because talks have now been initiated. You now want to go in. Lakini hatukuwaona kwa street mkitisha maandamano. So in my view, in as much you are citing various reasons why you want to be part of this bipartisan talk, but the main issue that is coming out is that religious leaders are feeling that they have been left out by William Ruto. And on the issue of national unity, this is what they are saying, I quote them: national unity is essential for Kenya's future. Without it, the country will be unable to achieve its full potential. It is important for all Kenyans to work together to build a more united and prosperous country. They have talked about the issue of cohesion. This is what they are saying. Kenya has a history of political instability, which has made it difficult to build trust and cooperation between different groups. This is why we are calling on political leaders to discuss this matter. The issue of poverty, they're also talking about that, and this is what they're saying, I quote them: even for those who are unemployed, wages are often very low. The average monthly wage in Kenya is around 10,000. This is not enough to support families. So when I tell you what to ongeza mshahara on that line. And then they talk about the issue of unemployment. This is what they're saying. This represents a steady incline in the state of unemployment in the country, with the majority being young people who have or want to start families. So unemployment is a big issue. Inafanya watu wengine kuwa ni shida. Kulisha jamii ni shida. So poverty, that's what they want to discuss there. And lastly, they're talking about the issue on war, on graft. And this is what they're saying. I quote them: There is lack of transparency in the country, which make it difficult to track how public money is being spent. The weak rule of law make it difficult to enforce law against graft. Indeed, all the stories pastors are talking about, it's making sense. It is matter that need to be given a priority in the discussion. We're not disagreeing with their point. They have a point, and they have a chance. They need to be given a chance. But the question is, mulikuwa wapi jameni wakati wa Kenya walikuwa wanaandamana? That's the big question on this Punchline. You bishops, where were you? The farthest you went, it was to call for a press briefing. We know you are holy men, men of cloth. But it reaches a time when we need also to have a holy protest organized by bishops, pastors, reverends, men of God. We need men of cloth to come out. When you see things are going wrong, kwa mfano vile Wakenya waliuawa kwa maandamano, nyinyi hamkuwa kwa yale maandamano, lakini mlikuwa na nafasi ya kuita mkutano mkubwa wa mapastors, mareverend na wale wa Muslim wanaitwa cathedral, wale religious leaders, Muslim religious leaders, muitisha mkutano mkubwa and organize a huge protest against police brutality, especially when Koome came out with a statement disowning what police did. Wakasema watu were hired, bodies were hired. Ilikuwa nafasi nzuri ya religious leaders, Muslim to Christian, to organize huge protest, holy one. Muende paka kwa Koome, muende paka kwa Ruto kwa ofisi zao, na muambie Ruto awasikize. From there, Kenyans will have a trust on religious leaders. Lakini sisi tunaona tu religious leaders who are focusing on having a chance on the table, so that if there is eating, they want to also to be part of the. Hiyo ndio tunaweza sema hapo, sababu hatujaona nyinyi mkitoka nje kwa wakati wote kupigania wa Kenya. I don't know your views, but let us meet in the comment section for continuation of this conversation. Thank you, and see you in our next video.